Reality. It's an ambiguous concept. It's an individual's perception of environment and situations with their five senses. What that means is how you perceive it is how it is. So when we come to terms with that, we realize we, in fact, create our reality.
We create our own reality. We decide who we are and what we're gonna be. We create our own.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Leveled Up Podcast with me, Mike Adler. I hope everybody's doing well today, and let's start the week off strong. Today, I want to talk about something that I can now talk about because I'm in the group, and that's parenting. I have a son, Emery, who is now 19 months old, just over a year and a half. And so I am a newer dad, for sure, but I am a dad. I am a parent. And so I can at least speak on the subject with some experience. And the reason I'm talking about, this is the Leveled Up Podcast. It's all about leveling up as an individual, becoming the best version of yourself. Why am I talking about parenting? Well, because having a child, becoming a parent, forces you to level up as a person. Now, there are some cases with people who definitely should not have had kids that are just terrible parents, and they don't level up and step up as they should to take care of their kid. But just once you have a child, once that baby comes out into the world, takes their first breath, your entire life changes because you are no longer number one. That child is the most important thing in your life. And to some people that may sound scary, which is understandable. But when it happens, it becomes less scary. You just understand it as it happens, like, whoa, this child's well-being is completely in my hands and my partner's hands. And it changes you for that reason, but also, like, one thing, I just made a post about this recently on Instagram, but like having a child, when you have a child, it changes your perspective. You see the world through a different lens immediately. And you realize that when you're, taking care of this teeny tiny little baby, helpless little baby that can't do anything for itself, that everyone was once that. And so any person that you are intimidated by or look up to, those people were once little helpless babies shitting themselves and couldn't do anything without their parents or whoever their caretaker was. Hopefully their parents, but it just really puts into perspective that we really are all the same. We all come from we all start the same place. And so it makes it a little less scary or intimidating or whatever when talking about these other people who you may look up to or be intimidated by, because you realize that they were just like this baby that you're holding right now. And that's how you were too. So because of that, we all have equal opportunity to get to where it is we want to go. maybe not equal in the sense that some people are born into, wealthier families, or some people just are genetically gifted or genetically not gifted and have, physical handicaps and things of that nature. But we all start and come into this world the same way, and that is kind of a relief in a sense, because it really makes you realize that we're all the same. But as far as parenting and leveling up your life goes, you may have to change some of your plans when a child comes into your life, but don't let having a child be an excuse to not, do the things that you want to do. If things may take longer, you may not be able to, you may have to adjust what you're trying to accomplish because you have this child now. But I think too many people are scared of having kids because they don't want to give up their freedom. But it's something that you can't really understand until you have a child, that giving up this little bit of freedom to have these moments with this child and get to, watch them grow and develop is a trade-off that is totally worth it. It makes you realize what we're doing here, what this life is about. When you have a kid and you pass your DNA on to the future, this child that's going to outlive you and hopefully have kids of their own one day, you've now played the ultimate role in keeping the human race or whatever going. It really puts into perspective why you're here and what you're here to do. So don't be scared to have kids. You may feel like, I don't know the first thing about kids. I never hung out with a kid really until I had a kid. And it's just something that you'll see when you do have one, that you have these natural abilities to parent. It's just in us. It's innate. It's something that is installed in our DNA that we don't really know we have until we have a child of our own. But you also, another thing is that you, with having a child, it forces you to be more scheduled, regimented, because a baby has to take their naps, has to eat at certain times. It's hard enough to keep yourself fed and make sure you're getting sleep and rest and whatever, but when you have a child, it's up to you to make sure that they have those things and they have a schedule. And in doing that, if it creates a schedule for you. So where you may have been just every day was, you just go with the flow and end up where you end up. That's not the case anymore once you have a child. And like I was talking about in the last episode about discipline, having that routine will force you to become more disciplined about how you plan out your life, how your days go. And that is something that is a trait that a successful person has, is scheduling out your day and, being a person with a routine, because we are creatures of habit and we need routines. And when you don't have that, responsibility of a child, it's easy to just go with the wind and end up where you end up. And I was fortunate to already have that kind of instilled in me from having dogs. Having a pet, having a dog, and being a good pet owner forces you to be a little more responsible with your schedule and routine, because you have to get home to take them out and feed them. And even though there were many nights I'd be out all night, I'd still have to come home as soon as possible to take care of my dog. And now it's just that on steroids with a child, because they can't be left home alone like a pet can be. So being a parent has just been such an amazing experience, and it's made me grow. I feel like I'm just a better person, more caring, more empathetic. Because another thing, you realize that everyone is someone's kid. And when you have a kid that you love so much on this level that you can't understand until you have one, you realize that everybody you run into is someone else's child, and someone loves them that much, and you can't just think of them as another person. That's someone's baby. And so it makes you be more empathetic and more caring. And those traits are traits of someone who has leveled up in their life and who is a better person. So it's just on so many different levels. Having a child and becoming a parent has just helped me grow so much. And I hope that if you're someone who doesn't have kids yet, but you're one of those people who doesn't want to bring a child into this world because of how fucked up it is, just reconsider. Be optimistic, and just know that if you're a good parent, which you'll be a better parent than you think, unless you're just a real asshole, you're gonna instill those great traits into your child, which is gonna make the world a better place. If we can all, teach our kids the good things and how to be good people, that's our future. We're gonna make a future that is better because of how we parent our children. So don't let the current world situation deter you from having a child, but also don't rush into it. But if you're someone who has been in a relationship with someone for a while, and you guys are good together, you're a good team, and your life is pretty stable, consider having children. And know that it's the best way that you can make the world a better place, because you're literally adding someone to the population that you've given these hopefully great characteristics and traits to. So this is my thoughts on how parenting helps you level up your life and become a better person. Yeah. So that's it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, shoot me a DM on Instagram at @TheRealMikeAdler. We'll get you fit, we'll get your mind right, and we'll get you working towards accomplishing your goals and building the life you desire. I also have my online course, the Get Fit Blueprint, if you want to learn how to build the body that you desire. You can also DM me about that, but there's links to purchase those in the description of this video. And just share this with someone who should hear it. And as always, just thank you. And until next time, be the best parent to your child that you can be, and always keep trying to grow and be the best version of yourself, and instill those traits into your child. See you next time. Peace.
We create our own reality. We decide who we